Hello, I'm the Lone Star Picker. I don't expect anybody's watching immediately, but their notifications will go off here. So if you're watching this, hello, thank you. Please hit the thumbs up. I'm going to stay on here for a little bit and I'm going to greet some people here. I'm probably going to be working in my back room for just a short period. Don't know why I didn't start earlier, but plan to go and cut this short because I have outside stuff to do. Who knows? Maybe if I can plug my phone in, I can go outside because I'm planning on a pop up. So we'll see what happens. Let's see who pops in. If you're lurking in the background, say hello. Hey, Ella. And I finally am here. Ella. Ella. Darling, you're welcome to come on if you want. Let me know, and I'll send the link to your Instagram. Copy. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna. Jennifer Hayes is here. Thank you, darling. Hello, wonderful people. Hello. She's like, Ella, go on. Tell you what, before you do that, let me get up and go shut that noise in the next room because I left my other computer on. This is the one that has it has this, what do you call this thing? The boom, the thing you look at. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. Just wanted to do this. Ella, if you want on, let me know. Nights Live. What's up, Richard? You're welcome to come on too, Richard. Let me just put the link in the chat. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday, no matter what time it is. I think it's a little later in the afternoon. Ella, say hi to Nights Live. He is from the UK, such as you. And got some really cool people here. And I'm not going to stay in too long. I say that, but I'm just here doing kind of what I want to say is a third quarter check-in. We're already like halfway through it, in and out. We'll see who shows up. Oh, good. I'm glad you know Ella. Good. Guys should definitely be aware of each other. You guys are both fun and, loving people and great resellers. So I am here just contemplating. It is third quarter, and I am nowhere near what a lot of people are doing, but I'm also in a different situation than some others. And so I'm going to be moving in 3 months. So my typical reselling thing is going to be a little bit different. So yeah, Jennifer, I'm glad we all know each other. Thank God. It's better that way. Ella, if you want to pop on, or Richie, just jump on here. I put that link up there. And Jennifer, thank you for being here. What's going on with you this weekend? Jennifer, I'm probably going to stay in. Let me put that up here so we can see. This is what I'm replying to. Jennifer asks, where are you moving to? It's a good question. I have something lined up, and I'm talking to somebody where we're probably going to split a place. And so I think for right now, economically, it's probably my best interest, way to save money. We share the common space, such as, the kitchen, living room, I guess, but she doesn't have a TV and she doesn't want TVs in her house, which is kind of cool. More productive. But I can have one in my room, but we'll see how that goes. I'll send it to your Instagram if that helps, Ella. Let me go to Le Instagram and go to the Message Center. And here we go. Ella. Ella. Come on, Ella. Didn't come up. There it goes. Ella. She's saving here first, y'all. Come on. What just happened? There we go. Message. This laptop's a little wanky. So I don't know, difference between desktops and laptops, just so different. They're just, some people are accustomed to others. And Ella, I sent it to you. Although I did put it in the chat. Hey, Dayton Valley Dills, good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. What is cooking? She says, hello, everybody. So I'm sorry, Jennifer, I sidetracked. And what I am going to be doing is, I understand that by November, I'm going to need to get out of this place. And I'm in a weird situation. Already 2 months out of the 5 that we were kind of notified. I haven't really done much, which is not good. And I have a lot of stuff. And I know I'm going to have to, oh, look who's here. I'm talking. And welcome.
Hello.
Oh, good.
My
Let me make it so we can see each other like that.
Oh, okay.
What you doing today?
I'm trying to adjust my
your video.
My video because I don't have internet because it went out and waiting for Comcast to get it fixed. So they said it wouldn't be fixed till 3:30 today.
Okay, but they did say they're coming today. That's good.
But they're not coming. I think it's all over where I am.
Oh, like a regional neighborhood thing.
Yeah.
So, when they say 3:30, that's probably like their deadline that they know they can get it done. So it might be done sooner. Who knows?
No, that's what they said about a month ago. It didn't get fixed till the next day.
Wow. Yeah, we have something. I think it's either they're the same company or competitor, and I can't remember what ours is called, but it's like Comcast, but it's I forgot it already. But anyhow, and they all get eaten up by each other. So I was just telling everybody I'm going to be moving in a few months, and I'm looking at it as, a lot of people get freaked out, and I should be, because I only have 3 months to get all my crap out, and I'm going to rent a storage space. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take anything with thresholds of $50 or more and get it organized, put it in the totes, get shelves for that place. And like you see a lot of resellers do on YouTube, I'm going to make it, a write-off. I'm going to make it more organized, which is one of my weaknesses, is like, and I think it's going to be like, although we'll be in fourth quarter by then, I'm hoping by maybe October, I think is the time that I'm going to start getting everything ready in here about like, this is what I want. This half of it I'm not going to even take. I'm really going to minimize. It's going to be like, just, I don't even know what I can take. I got to go see this person in next month, September, and say, how is this going to work? What are we, is this? And then luckily I'll get the master bedroom, which means a little bigger, and I'll have my own private bathroom. So, that's going to be simplified.
Well, I rented a place like that before I moved into a 1-bedroom flat, and the lady owned a 2-bedroom, and she gave me, she took the master bedroom, and I had the other bedroom, but it had a shower and toilet on one side. She gave me use of the kitchen, and she cooked in her room or in the balcony connected from her room. I thought that was weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, she gave me the living room, so I have access to the living room. So I was able to put the much bigger stuff in the living room and put my smaller stuff in my room. But it was a nightmare. I don't like sharing anyway, but it was something that I had to do at the time. And I was there for 3 months, and I couldn't wait to get out. So
yeah,
I got out.
Well, luckily I've known this person for like 15 years, and I know their intention. I know who they are. I know a little bit about them. They're on like kind of same spiritual path that I am, and so it's gonna we have to come in with mutual respect and understanding first of all, And so it's gonna be different. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I'm gonna miss my own place.
Yeah, so you don't have anybody else that can help you store your stuff till you're ready?
Nah, no. I'm telling you what, I actually reached out to a couple of resellers saying, hey, listen, the only help I really need is maybe not to hold my hand, but like just come over for like maybe 4 or 5 hours one day we're going to go through this stuff and you're going to get a lot of it. That's for them helping me.
Oh, free?
Well, I mean, I'm at a point where like I have 3 rooms of just crap, and a lot of it's good, but I know, and it's like I don't have a truck. I don't have, the things that I need. So it's like, it is what it is. It's funny.
Who do we chat? Because I can't see the chat.
We've had so far. We've had Night's Life. That's Richard. I call him Richie.
Okay, so he's Richard. For some reason, I thought his name was Patrick, and I was like,
No. I'm pretty sure it's Rich. Unless I messed up, but I've heard Richie. Yeah, he's really good guy. He's just
he's
of course Jennifer. It says 7, but it keeps fluctuating between 10 and 6 and stuff. So, and people don't want to say. They just, what are they doing? What are they talking about? And I'm like, hey, Ella. So it's he's here, and then I saw, of course, we have Dayton Valley Dills, and I'm so bad. Forgive me, darling. I always forget your first name. I forget everybody's first name. Took me forever to remember yours. What's that?
Dayton. I think her first name is Angie.
Oh, Angie. Is that right, Angie? And she says something about address, please. I don't get that, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Richard. He's funny. He's like, just don't call me late for dinner. Don't call me poor.
Okay, now I know, because I was like, is his name Patrick? I almost wanted to call him Patrick. I was like, and I know sometimes it might sound rude trying to ask people,
right.
Tell me your name. So I just try to like keep it to myself.
You know what I've learned? I used to be so embarrassed, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just dumb like that. It's hard for me. Like, I got to have more interaction, and it's like, we don't get to see each other enough on here. You know what I mean? You and I have had more than one interaction, and we've had fun, and we just, like this will pop up, and you're like, hey, what's up? What trouble are you causing? But you go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're not there. I was like, did he forget he's been alive?
What's better for me is I'm going to start. This is what I wanted to tell you. Thank you. Because it was mostly you and Luis. Luis would call me and say, hey, bro, what? You're about to go on in 2 minutes, And I'm like, I'm at a flea market. I'm something. Oh, look at this. Uh-oh, here it comes. Don't call him the wrong name.
Oh, my gosh.
Hi, guys. You all right?
Good.
Welcome. Good to see you.
You all right?
What you up to, bro?
I'm just setting up I'm doing an auction tonight for my brother who passed away on the 8th of July.
Oh,
well, my condolences, bro.
Yeah, he died. He get upset. He passed away from cancer.
Oh,
so
he went through a battle. He went through quite a battle.
Yeah, 15 months.
Oh my.
So and I was with him most of the time. So
was he your younger brother or older brother?
Yeah, he was younger.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing an auction I've got a GoFundMe anyway set up, but like I'm selling some bits tonight just to try and bump it up a bit for his memorial.
Okay. Do me a favor. If you have like it put up on Instagram, do that, and I'll share it so a lot of people can, and maybe we can, it's like a fundraiser you're doing, kind of. Auction.
Yeah, it's a GoFundMe. It's just for it's for a memorial, because obviously he never had any life insurance or anything. They've sorted the funeral with his money, but I want a place where his children can go and see him and speak to him, and my mum and the family. And there's not really any money to do that. And because I was driving up to him, I mean, I spent out the last 15 months he was alive. I spent about 9 or 10 months up there with him, away from my own family. Yeah, and where I was doing that and doing all the traveling, although I was earning a bit of money selling film props with him,
okay.
I didn't have any money to save, and I've never asked anyone for anything. So I thought I'd like to have a memorial for him, and the only way to do it is a GoFundMe. So
I think that's a beautiful idea, because I was going to say, the one thing I say when tragedy happens to my close family and my friends, my only wish, really is just that may his memory become a blessing. If you could do a memorial like that, we all have condolences to share, but I can only imagine what you're trying to balance out right now, Reg.
Yeah.
Because you also went through earlier this year, I think it was February, you were going through the COVID thing. So
yeah, I had COVID all over Christmas and New Year. So Christmas and New Year was wiped out for us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been a bit of a rubbish year, really.
Sure is.
But I say this has sort of hit me the hardest, and I have put videos up when I've had bad days and good days because, I don't want anyone suffering in silence. I just want people to know that they can talk to other people and don't bottle it up and stuff like that, So that's one reason I still do the videos, and I've sort of started getting back into YouTube and stuff when I sort of I was out having a break for a while.
And I'm glad you're giving yourself permission, dude, because you can't. There's nothing you can do, it's senseless. I'm not saying you are, but like it's senseless for us to beat ourselves up, like because it becomes paralyzing. So if you can give yourself that little bit of permission,
I did beat myself up first of all because I was there when he passed away. I was the only one with him, and it
froze up first.
We were in his flat, and
thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, it was just difficult because I kept thinking if I'd phoned the ambulance quicker, if I'd done this, if I'd done that.
No, you can't. It's just, like I said, you can't beat yourself up. But what you can do is give yourself permission to come into and use YouTube, and it doesn't have to be about reseller stuff.
No.
It could just be that, hey, just need to talk.
Oh yeah, which I do as well. It's just like because obviously
this is at 2:30. 2:30. What time, Jennifer? Is that
well, my auction tonight is 7:30 UK time, so
that's 5-hour difference.
It's just a few bits I'm going to get rid of. It's
but you know what? Every bit's going to help, and hopefully, everybody kind of really gets the spirit there because we have a great community here. You know that, and I've jumped across the pond for Lainey when she was raising money. Remember that time? And if I can. And I think I should be. She said 2:30, which is Eastern time. That's New York time. I'm 1 hour before that, which is 1:30. I should be able to. That's pretty soon here, in like a couple hours for you, right?
Yeah, it's not long. Yeah,
so maybe I can come on and maybe donate something. Who knows?
That's cool. Yeah. So it's just. So just because I've gone on YouTube and sort of done my thing and done videos, I'm better when I'm out the house and I'm not just sat there like a zombie. I'm better when I'm out the house.
No, because you won't do anything,
And it's just where I'm making videos on YouTube, on reselling again, and I'm doing stuff and I'm sort of putting myself out there a bit now. It is like therapy. It's good because and I don't get this upset because obviously I haven't spoken about this in such detail in a while, so I thought I was doing really well, and I thought I was better, not over it, but I thought I was doing okay. But
you got to process it, and everybody grieves in a different way.
Yeah, I just feel a bit mad going on YouTube and getting upset and crying, but that's the reason I do my videos, because I don't want anyone else to, if I can get across to one person that you don't have to suffer in silence and you can talk to people, and it helps, then I feel really good about it. It's just like, so me sat here tearful, and if it helps someone, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, that's a very good point, because you don't know who's watching and listening. And that's after too, on replay, or
I mean,
even word of mouth.
He was so loved, and he worked for the actor Brian Blessed that was in Flash Gordon, Prince Boltan from Flash Gordon. So he worked with Brian for 15 years, and Brian said some nice things at the funeral. Actually, that's quite a funny story. Actually, at the funeral, Brian got up and he was telling his stories of Steve and saying that he's met some Hollywood greats and that he would go above and beyond the Call of Duty to get people to meet Brian or to meet Sam Jones, Flash Gordon, and twice I think it was 2 or 3 times, the lady had to turn around to Brian and say, "Look, Brian, I'm really sorry. I've got to finish you up because we've got another funeral coming in." Because
Wow.
he was just really getting into, he had a lot to say, and well, he always
But you can't tell
always has a
somebody,
lot.
and it's like,
But it was
Wow.
it was a funny little thing in a sad time. It was really funny. But he was really good to my brother, him and his wife. I mean, his wife's famous as well. She's famous in her own right. She did Anthony and Cleopatra with Charlton Heston.
That's great.
Oh.
And she was in The Man Who Haunted Himself with Roger Moore.
Really?
So she's done. She was Roger Moore's wife in the film. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and they're so lovely, and they took him on like a son, and treated him so well, and it was just. So it's just sad, isn't it? But it's life, and you got.
It is, but we can consciously feel that sorrow, and that's natural grief. You got to remember that we have to do it. We all can only do it in our own way. Everybody mourns in a different fashion, not just culturally, but just everybody, just depending on what your personality is like. You gotta, but you gotta do it gracefully, and you can't, you can't kick yourself when you're feeling down and out, but you can, go, okay, what would he want me to do?
Yeah.
And that's
you're celebrating his life is what you're doing,
That is what I wanted to is try to celebrate his life, try to remember the good part of it and not the last part.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, say I did a live and people in the chat saying tell us some funny stories or some nice stories about your brother, which I did, and it was all good. I say it's just sort of, I don't know. I suppose it's the build up of the auction tonight as well. Sort of, I suppose I want it to be good. I want it to go well, and I'm sort of worried myself about it. And I've been literally sat here all day.
That's good to be aware of.
Making sure everything looks good, and making sure I've got a few decent bits to sell, and
just go with the flow. It's gonna be good.
I think that's another reason I'm getting upset, because it's all I've been doing all day. It's all I've been concentrating on all day. Now sort of sat down and take 5 minutes and talking to you guys. But like I say, now there's a few more people that sort of didn't know about my brother that will know about my brother, and it's nice. I've only got a small channel, and I did a car boot sale the other week with a guy. You call them, I think you call them, what do you call them?
Fleas,
flea markets, is it, or something? And I did a car boot with a guy, and it's the first time I've ever been I've been recognised once before, but I got recognised by 4 people at this car boot sale.
That's awesome.
And 2 of them walked up to me and went, "Hi, Rich, really sorry about your brother."
Oh.
And it was just so nice because these people they know me through my videos, but they only know me through my videos, but they also know my brother because they've read about him and heard about him. So it was nice.
See, you're leaving a legacy of conscious, reality. So if you can suffer in the same way, do it consciously, meaning you know what? I feel like shit. But I'm going to get on live and I'm going to do this. And we got to put our own personal ego. And remember, you're doing it for the highest good. This is for his memory, and this is for a blessing to his children, your nieces and nephews, or whoever, and your sister-in-law. And it's so hard. I can't, to digest these things, because I contemplate these kind of things, almost on a daily basis. It's like, wow, and there's people that have left me for a long time and they're still there, but I'm learning to do it in a way that's like, remember all those good things, because that's where they really live. I do. I know it sounds so cliche and cheesy, but it's like, you remember the good things,
I mean, he used to laugh at some of my videos that I did and say, "Oh, blooming hell, what'd you say that for?" That was a bit rubbish, that video.
Poking you a little bit.
But I think he was proud that I was doing YouTube, because I don't think it's anything that he ever.
You think he'd watch it if he wasn't? If he didn't like it, he would even tell you words. But that he was proud of you, because he wouldn't take the time. That probably more than pride. Pride can lead to vanity. Sometimes they're like two giants on the same same, you know what I mean? Same body. But I think he really loved you if he did that, you know, and that
Yeah,
pride.
I mean, he did, and he did sort of towards the end. He said that he's so thankful that I was there all the time, and and he loved me, and just that it was, he hated it when I went home, but like obviously I had to go home. I had my wife and kids at home, and I was leaving them for more than half a week at a time.
Yeah.
I was taking him to all his radiotherapies, all his chemotherapies. We went to chemotherapy that morning. We did chemotherapy the week before, and then I went back up 3 days later, and we went up to do the radiotherapy. And we went to radiotherapy that morning, and I think I knew then he was going downhill because I had to almost carry him into the hospital.
Yeah.
His strength was going. So, yeah, but
that you were there. And really, I think I see it. I see so many blessings in there in disguise. And that was, you weren't just there for him. You were there for his family. Imagine if they had to do this.
I'm glad no one else was there at the time, because it wasn't, it wasn't a thing I'd
Correct.
wish on anyone to go through that. So, and I was his eldest brother. So it was only right, really. It was nice for him because he didn't want to go into a hospice. He didn't want to go into a hospital and die. Yeah. And he always said that, I want to die in my own flat. It was just
wonderful.
It was just unfortunate that
that's how my father was.
Even though you know how bad it is,
you
still expect a miracle.
Well, yeah, the Buddhists call that. That's our form of attachment. Is the attachment to what is, but what really isn't. Because we're never promised tomorrow. It's really about just kind of the sanctity of how much, it's like you said, you gave him the dignity to die in his own flat. My father, the same too, who died of cancer, really tumultuous. It's like, it was just terrible to see him wither. And, I got on a plane the day I had to leave, and I remember telling him, and he was in and out because of the medications and stuff. And I just said, I love you, and it's like, he's like, go, you have a family. And I went all the way back to New York just to get a phone call, like within 24 hours, like, you might want to come back, and I was like, what, and by the time I couldn't even land in Dallas, Texas from New York, it was too late.
The way I make sense of it, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then we need to talk about cheerier stuff, because I didn't want to come on your channel and bring it all down.
That's what we're here for. This is part of the third quarter.
But this is the way I sort of put it in my head, is he suffered for 15 months.
Yeah.
So now he's not suffering, and now it's our turn.
That's 15 months we knew about,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was 15 months from when sort of died, literally to the day from diagnosis. He was 49th on the 7th of April, 49 on the 7th of April, and he found out he had the stage 3 advanced esophageal cancer on the 8th of April, day after his birthday, 49th birthday, and he made it to his 50th. So you've got to just be happy that at least he made it to his 50th.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's talk about something nice. What should we talk about? Let's get back to the bubbly me. Let's talk about something nice.
I mean, I think Ella would agree with me too. This is just natural. This is the stuff I think we really need to be talking about openly. I left. This is, you're gonna laugh. Okay, kind of slightly changing subjects, but not necessarily. I mean, if he comes up, let him come back up. Or your thoughts on it is that Ella will tease me. This is probably the 3rd or 4th attempt I tried to use this specific live, and every time she's like there, and I never showed up. I never showed up to my live, so I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't be here without knowing what's going on with you and having you on. So I'm just grateful, because the funny thing is, this is called third quarter check-in, and I was supposed to do this like in freaking whatever it is before July, at the end of June. So actually, yeah, it was at the end of June. Was the first time you came in, and Luis, my buddy, Luis, and he's like, you might want to show up. I'm like, I'm at a flea market. I'm on the road. I can't do it. So I had to, go on my phone and change the day or just cancel the thing. So, and I thought, I just need to go in and check in with people. That's really what it is. And the check-in isn't necessarily about our reseller nature or how much money we're making. Are you ready for Christmas?
How everyone's getting on.
Yeah, but it's really about how we're getting on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because that's what I like about the community. Sometimes I get tired when people want to interview me and it's just about, okay, so how did you start reselling? And there's different parts that affect you, and could affect your business as well. So look at the time you took off, not only from your family but away from your business, to be your brother. So it's like, I don't want to always talk about reselling.
We're not robots, we're not doing it. There's this philosopher named G.I. Gurdjieff, who actually his stuff became more relevant when it made it to the UK. So there's this wonderful guy who I studied Gurdjieff through by the name of Maurice Nichols, and he is from the UK. Wrote like a 6-volume commentary about this stuff. Long story short, it's just basically, it's like, psychologically, how are we working through this? Are we being mechanical and just like, I'm doing this day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day, making money, listing, finding stuff, making money, listing. No. We have a life. We have blood running through us. We have emotions, deep down here. We got, we all have really good. I think what Ella brought up was just an extremely, astute point, is like, we have other things to talk about and share that do affect and relate us. And that's the well-being part. It's one thing to have mental strategies. That's good. We have to have that for aptitude of resellers. But if your well-being isn't good,
it affects your business.
Oh yeah. I mean, I before last week, the last time I actually listed anything was with my brother before he passed. So that was, 7 weeks ago now, 7 weeks ago. I hadn't listed anything since then because I just couldn't get my head around it. So I've sort of started doing a few little bits, but it's very, very like 1 or 2 things a day. It might only be a £3 item. So I'm not really, because I'm getting myself back into it. I'm slowly building up, but I'm still not sort of in that headspace where I can just get back to normal.
Well, let's talk about that, because I'll be honest with you. It's been 2 months since I listed anything except for the day before yesterday, I think it was. And maybe it was it was the day before yesterday, because I sent the stuff out finally yesterday. And the funny thing was, how did that work? I was out with another YouTuber who it's funny is I didn't even know he was a YouTuber until we met at it was like a car boot, but we call it a pop-up.
Yeah.
Technically they call it the Uncommon Flea, so it really is like a car boot flea market, except we have tents, and then we started talking, and I'm like, hey, and then I'm like, this son of a gun is like on YouTube, and he's got like 3,000-4,000 people following him. Wow. He's really, he's a nice guy. So he reaches out to me, and he got my phone numbers. You want to go and do some sourcing? And I'm like, yeah. Turned out it was a great business transaction because we had this. We were talking. It wasn't just texting and some live communications, but it was like we're able to just we were changing subjects left and right, and sometimes we weren't even talking about reseller stuff. So the motivation was like doing that. We ended up sharing a cart, sharing a checkout. We both had 2 carts of stuff, but it's $1. Okay, I'm talking in US dollars. It was $1.50 per pound, and it goes down after 50 pounds to $1.25. And if you get 76 pounds or more, it's 99 cents a pound. So I was like, wow, that's $1 a pound. So we put our stuff together. We ended up paying like really cheap. And as I was leaving, he's like, I got to get gas. We went to the gas station. I found 1 packet of ink, listed it for like about $50. By the time we ate lunch, the thing was sold, and it paid for my whole cart, So we had that, that experience and interaction on a live, thing, whether it's live like this or just, human interaction, where it was a little resellerness, but it was that you're sharing in my experience, that's really, I think, what we miss, and we need more, because that's our mental well-being. It's like, how can we get to check in with each other? Speaking of it, I'm just going to say hi to 2 people.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, oh my gosh, we're on Mindful Merchant, and where is
Actually, Luis and I want to do a Saturday special for those. There's like a couple people that don't have access to Mondays, and I get that because we only prefer to do live. We're not anyway. That's another story. So, but Akeem is from the Philippines. He's got. If you want an uplifting thing, if you can somehow figure out to sync up with him, both of you, his times are off. But like this guy is, I love watching him. He's just nothing but positive energy.
I watch him. I follow him.
He does these like karaoke things, and he's like wearing makeup and stuff. I'm like, but positive, like Derek, Fundamentals Side Hustling, turned me on to him. Hey, Yellow Brick Road of Reselling. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that.
That is, see, this is what's lovely.
Sorry to hear about your husband as well.
I'm telling you, this is just a crazy time, isn't it? Did you see that on Instagram? Was it? Or no? Maybe there's somebody else has just passed. No, Yellow Brick Road. You're not.
No. I saw on. Do you know Mel back from Burnout?
Yes.
Her friend is in hospital, really ill with COVID, but his wife passed away. His wife passed away.
Oh my God, that's who I thought this was for a minute. Okay.
And the funny thing to do with that was not funny, but I clicked on that this morning, and I watched his live from hospital bed, saying about his wife had passed, and he's on this machine, and I clicked on his last video before that.
What?
Which was him and his wife out doing stuff, and that was on. And the first thing they said on that video was, "It's July the 8th. That's the day my brother died," and that was the last video. So that sort of brought it all back again.
That triggers it. That probably triggered a lot.
And it was weird because I say that guy's in hospital ill now. His wife's passed, and the last video they did together was the day my brother passed away, and it's just crazy.
Well, it becomes even closer, yeah. And Jennifer says, I haven't listed either. So I think it's okay to give ourselves permission. And, everybody's going to list differently. Yeah, what would be our ideal? List so-and-so many every day. That would be lovely, but there's this thing called life, and everybody deals with life in different ways. And have families, don't have family. Got people, like you said, getting ill. We got to take care of ourselves on top of that.
I mean, as well, when I was working with my brother doing the film props, he listed most of the stuff. I sort of packed it and sent it and shipped it and sorted all that side of things out. So that's how we worked. So actually, for the best part of 15 months, I didn't even have to do the listing. So it's getting back into the routine of doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Because I was doing my own thing beforehand. I was doing my buying and selling, my vintage, my buying anything and everything. I say then it was purely film props for a long time. So although I've got an absolute ton of stock,
but like you did say a good point. I think is just slowly kind of get back into that rhythm of it, and
just 1-2 items a day. Just get.
That's what I did. I just did 2, and like I said, when I listed that one at the gas station, which is like scan it, boom. I didn't have to do anything. I used their basic photo. And it's weird, but I'll tell you what motivates us in terms of like getting our energy levels higher. When you start selling stuff, you have no choice but to wrap it up and send it. But when you get that money, you're like, that's a gratitude thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, because even like I say, it's sort of been 7 or 8 weeks nearly, and I haven't been earning the money. Lucky enough, I mean, I did get a bit of a tax rebate, which was amazing. I've never had one before.
You got to stay on top.
A long time, but sort of now is a time where not just for my own sanity, I've got to do it for financial reasons as well. I've got to get back to the grindstone. I've got to start.
Don't
start doing it again.
Yourself up.
Oh no.
But I will say, get off your ass, and you got to start doing some shit.
Definitely.
But
Definitely do that.
And I'm saying that lovingly, and I'm sure your brother would say the same thing. Like, that video sucked, and it's like, work on it harder. Well, yeah, we're all going to work on it harder. But I'll tell you what, reach out to us once and just even say, hey, you don't have to say I need you to motivate. You just say, I'm feeling like shit today. I'll write you back. I'll be sharp and witty, but I'll be polite and cordial and compassionate.
Yep. Yeah,
but you gotta be accountable for yourself, so we can help you be accountable, or vice versa. We all need to depend on each other, and there's nothing wrong with
all motivate each other.
Yeah, and like I say, I've got a ton of stock. I've got my actual summer house part, which should be empty, is full to the ceiling. You can't see it from this bit onwards; it's just filled with stuff. I've got a storage bit on the side that's full up. I've got another shed behind me that's full up.
Okay.
So it's crazy. I've got enough stuff to
It
list for
is,
that.
but be honest, Richard. It's like as far as resellers go, with all due respect, putting all tragedy aside and stuff, but this is what we have to deal with, and I think the hardest part for a lot of resellers, at least I'm speaking for myself. I hate admitting this, is the organization of it. Aside from, somebody say, no, it's motivation. Yeah, but once you're motivated, if you're not organized, it's like, and I'm not talking physically like having a shelf where things are neat so you can either go list it or you can go find it where it's nice and tidy. But if you're not organized up here and then you're going to affect it down here, it's arduous.
I think the thing with having it organized where it is as well is important, because if I had stuff and it was all organized and I knew where it was and I could just pick it up,
sure,
photograph it somewhere and do it that way. But it's like digging through stuff. Then I've got to move everything and try and find somewhere to photograph.
But we eventually, like, we know you watch Mel, from back from Burnout, and her mentor Steve, and what is one of their key things and elements of things are not working well, slowly tweak them. But it is a daily refinement. It's not a quick get it done in a minute refinement.
No.
Those days lead to weeks. Those weeks lead to months. Have an aim, get the goal, reach a weekly goal, but do a daily aim, which is the refining of it.
Yeah.
And we have to really, you got a list of 10 things, just get fucking 2 of them done right now. Work on those 3. And boy, when you get 4 done, that's almost half.
Yeah.
But we can't be too hard on ourselves, but I'm glad you're aware of it.
I think if everything was all organized better and I had somewhere just to designate a photograph area, I think I would be doing a lot more and it'd be a lot easier. Because like I say, I've been buying a couple of bits again now from Facebook Marketplace and stuff, and getting them listed straight away, getting them photographed, listed and on straight away, because then it's done.
Yes.
Whereas for the 15 months, I was still buying stuff.
Yeah.
Although I was doing.
You also think about that too. When you're buying stuff, that's easy and natural, but also we can be doing that as a form of, which I do, is I'll buy shit to distract myself from the reality of what I don't want to confront.
I just saw stuff in the shops and I thought that's good money. I can make money on that, and I don't want no one else to get it. So you keep buying it, you keep piling it and piling it and piling it and piling it and piling
yeah, but it's a distraction. The distraction becomes the distraction.
I think I was too busy to be distracted anyway. To be honest, I was so busy.
Let me say something here.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not I won't say it's a distraction, because when I have the opportunity to go out, I will see something and I will buy it. Okay.
True.
But like Richard said, it's trying to be organized. Now today, for the first time in 3 months, I buy and I just put it down. I buy stuff, bring it, and I put it down. I get my orders from auctions, from wholesalers, and I buy and I just put it there. And normally I will take stuff out and I say, I'm going to list this stuff. I take the pictures and I'll start listing them. I haven't been doing that. So today what I did, I just sent a picture to Giovanni, the before and after. This whole place I'm sitting now was full of plush. I couldn't even sit here. I just go on my couch here. This whole area was full of plush, toys, and everything. And it was like, I went to a garage sale early this morning. I came back. I took one look and I'm saying to myself, you know what? I need to get my living room back in order again. So I put everything, arranged everything, put everything in boxes, moved it to its place. And I took a picture and I sent it to him. And he was like, wow, that's a big difference. I said, yes, now I can list. And
Ella's coming over my house tomorrow.
I have my first pile of stuff that I want to list that I'm like, okay.
But you know what? You're doing it. And we all have to find, there's going to be different people that help us entertain our thoughts and our anxieties and things, and just even our motivations too. So I think you're on the right path, both of you. It's just like, what you need to do, keep that constant to-do list. And I think, just as far as resellers, find what is really, and I use that term distraction loosely. I don't mean that it's a problem. It's not even a challenge, but is it really distracting us from, okay, yeah, I could go in there, or should I just go home right now and get rid of that crap that's a pile of? But I'm not saying don't buy. Of course, we're all going to do that. When there's $1 to be made.
Yeah. I mean, I took half a car load to the charity shop when I came back from the car boot sale the other week because I just thought I can't deal with it. The thing is, it's more stuff to put back in.
Well, that's a good strategy, because when you go to the car boot, it's really about getting rid of that crap and making cash flow. I do the same thing. When I don't sell it at I have a specific one that's like rummage, more just not cups and mugs and things and clothes, and I don't really care. When I'm done with it, it goes to the Goodwill or some other charity. And it's like, it's so freeing too, because you don't want that stuff back in there cluttering, It's crazy.
Hi guys, I'm sorry I can't really see the chat.
Hi everyone, sorry.
Any photos coming in, I just want to say hi.
I'll put up some things, but the chat's relatively slow, but we're well over a baker's dozen for quite some time. So thank you for everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're just doing I think a mental well-being check-in for third quarter. That's what I love it. No, because you know, Richard, that's sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, once again, my heart's with you, brother, and everybody else. And it was also earlier who just came in at Yellow Brick Road, and she's gone through similar thing, and then like you said, brought to us by Mel. Go see her Instagram. There is a lot of heartbreak and stuff, but this is natural and this is part of life. We get it. But, I think that the real thing is like I said, I love Mindful Merchants because it gives us permission to talk about stuff like this. There's nothing wrong with it, because we got to be mindful, and not being a mindful merchant. Like, I'm a merchant that's mindful. Yeah. But can we be mindful about these other aspects and traits that we're human? We're not just selling machines. You're not selling to Amazon. You're selling to an individual. You're buying it from a specific person. You're at a car boot. You're buying it from me. And then that wonderful experience you shared, Richard. Oh my God, I would have ran off crying. And it's like, that gentleman. Hey, you touched somebody's life that touched. Now that they're touching you back. That is where my one keynote I would say is a third quarter and into the fourth, and make sure you're thinking about first quarter. So really, we're thinking about fourth quarter in the turn, because that's where we need to be paying attention here pretty soon. Fourth quarter is around the corner, but when we get to first, think about those things that we need to do for ourselves that are just gonna, like, are we tidying up? Are we gonna like work every day where we're not spending Christmas with somebody or this or that? You remember last Christmas for you, that was hard. And now we're almost.
I was literally wiped out all over.
I didn't
Christmas.
See you. I was like, where the hell's Richard?
I got it just before Christmas, and that's why I put a video up as well of when I was ill, so people could see how ill I was. Because at the end of the day, some people obviously thought it was, like a lot of people think it's not real, but I was really ill, and because I'm asthmatic as well, it really sort of knocked me on my backside, and I was laid in bed for literally 2 weeks. I couldn't get up, and I was worried if I get up, I'm going to end up in hospital on a respirator, and I couldn't breathe much, and it took me sort of 3 or 4 months to get back again.
Sure.
So it was scary, and
I can only imagine,
So the part this year so far has been absolutely rubbish, but you've got to get on with it, and you've got to stay positive and crack on.
I like that. Stay positive, get on with it, or vice versa. And would you say crack on? Crack on. I like that. Crack on. I'll do it more with an Irish accent than a British one. Was like, crack on, you motherfucker.
Crack on with things. Crack on, you bugger.
But no, because it's like, I think it sounds so cliche, you guys, but are you listening? Or actually, you may be listening, but are you hearing what Richard said? Is like, you just kind of gotta get on. But like, we all can easily say that, but we can gently remind each other. Thanks for being here, Tommy. Appreciate you, brother. Rosilla Reviews here too. Tommy is my brother from another mother. This guy he talk about motivation, like with he's sensible, and he's brilliant up there with mental strategies. But really, I know his mental well-being is a big part of his formation as a reseller. I know he's very disciplined. I mean, it doesn't matter how you were brought up or what encouraged you along life, but that he does it, that's motivation. That's motivating for other people. That's one of my intentions for, like, why am I here on YouTube? If my intention is not right and it's not in a pure or good place, I have no business being here, nor do I want to be here, because then it's a waste of my time, which wastes your time. Why can't we just sit and just do this? Sometimes it's okay. Educate each other, maybe entertain, have fun, crack on.
Yeah, 100% crack on. Well, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you, because I've got an hour now before I start my thing. And
brother, I'm gonna put put that back up. Jennifer, if you don't mind, put that link back up. I'll scroll back up. Let me see if I can find it. But you guys, do me a favor, click on Richie's.
So even if you can't donate, just read the story of my brother. That just make me happy anyway. So
go there just for encouragement and support. Yeah. And it's like Yellow Brick Road just said. It reminds me of how fortunate we are, to live life and be flexible. And the flexibility it provides. Here it is. Let me go back up 1 second. There it is. We went along here. We got a lot of people coming in, and this is if you guys would just scroll up, and if you don't have it, Jennifer or I will copy, cut and paste this for you. But check this out. Go for support today. It's at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central Standard Time. It is in UK.
Yeah.
And so, but if you guys decide to buy, just understand there may be a little surcharge for shipping. Who knows?
Yeah,
but it's for a blessed and wonderful.
I mean, that's the GoFundMe. I mean, like I say, I am.
That's right.
I'm going live on my channel, which is Knights Life. It's the same name. But anyway, I've got to love
Richie,
you, leave you all. Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you for coming on, brother, and sharing.
Thank you, everyone in the chat. No worries, anytime.
You're in our hearts.
Yeah, thank you, and you in mine. And I'll see you all soon.
Okay.
Cheers, everyone.
He's a great guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Thank you, guys.
Richard.
Yeah.
I won't forget that one.
No, he really, and the way he came off is really always how I've always perceived him. He's just down to earth, natural. He tells it like it is. He's pretty good, just with his, commonality of talking, and, it's like, I really appreciate him. He's across the pond, but that's all great. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate you. You guys check if you guys get a chance. I know there's only a few of us in here. You don't have to buy anything or anything, but just go over there to support, show some love, read the memorial thing. This is really something. It's important. So.
Yeah, so you just donate to the GoFundMe. And
yeah, you could, if you want. You could put $5, maybe. Something that helps.
The exchange rate.
I'm glad he came on. I'm glad you were here too, because you got a little more acquainted, and also he said he knew you, so that's good.
Yeah, I've been watching his channel. Okay. I go watch his live, because he does his live on Saturday, so I do go on to watch it. And when I didn't see him for a while, I didn't know what was going on. And one day he, I got a notification that he was on live. Actually, no, I think I saw the other lady, the other British lady.
Lainey?
I forgot the name of the channel.
Big Girls Really Do Cry? Lainey?
So
that's Lainey.
I was there, and he came in the chat, and then I was like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're okay.
I remember. I was there that day. Yeah.
And he said, oh, yeah, thanks. I just my brother, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
But you see how humble he is? He didn't really bring it up too much, and it's like, although this is 15 months to deal with that.
Yeah.
That's a lot, for any human being to sit there. And I watched my dad pass along, and, I wish I was there sooner.
Dad passed. I watched it live because they recorded it. We weren't able to go. We weren't even there. We just got a note. I was at work, and I got a text message from my brother, and he said that passed. I said, what do you mean that passed?
Yeah.
And they sent me the video. Somebody actually recorded him passing. So, yes. So the suffering, how he was just suffering from the last few minutes he had, and he passed, and he was struggling with debt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he passed. That was like, I think after the 1 year anniversary, this year I kind of like deleted it because I didn't really want to go back and see it.
I was gonna say that's probably, you did it, then you followed your heart, and I think that's not the way you need to remember him. What you need to remember is, in your own way.
Yeah, but the thing is that the last thing you see of a person, that's what you really remember them. You remember that last thing, even though you want to go past it to talk about all the good times you had with that person, or
Yeah.
with that person, it always come back to that memory. Always register the last.
No, you're right, because like when I was mentioning my father, when I left him, he was like, "Be with your family," And then the more I thought about his last days that I seen and heard and things that he was doing, that was also part of, like you said, some of the last things, and that I remember going, he was very conscious, like he was in a lot of pain, and he was suffering, but he slowed down towards the end, and he really thought things out, and I know it sounds kind of like common, but a lot of people say in your last days you really start to you really see things a little differently and clearly sometimes, so yeah, that's well, how long ago has that been since your father passed?
I don't know, the last 1 hour 55 minutes.
No, I mean, no, did your dad pass? How many years?
Oh, you're talking about my dad. I thought you thought how long we've been on. Oh, my dad passed away March last year.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been sick though. He came to visit my sister in England, and he had a mini stroke. So it just didn't get better. He will get better then, but he was getting older anyway. So
yeah, but it doesn't make it any easier. But
yeah, any easier because he suffered for like 12 years on and off. So we knew it was that time. We didn't even know it was going to be that quick. So he passed.
Well, Rizilla Review, I always forget your first name too. Forgive me. But she's going through she's going through a challenge herself right now. She just admitted in the live. So thank you for sharing that with us. We wish you a speedy recovery. I will say this much, kind of like a pearl starts from a grain of sand. It's a lot of, imagine all the agitation and for lack of a better metaphor for like us, going through the pain and tragedy and physically. So she's doing some therapy. I think you're going to have to go through that therapy, even if it's painful, because then you're going to strengthen yourself up a little bit. That way they'll release you out of the hospital. I wish you best of fortune with that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love did you read what the Yellow Brick Road wrote?
I can't see.
Oh, it says I put it up on the screen. Oh, but you can see our screen of us, right?
I'm using my phone and it's far away.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. She says, they say that they will hold on until loved ones come. I says, I bet that's why your dad let go when he did. Oh, I see what she means. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. And yeah, this became a very interesting talk, and a very interesting, and it's interesting that we are talking about third quarter, because third quarter, where we're always, as resellers, why are we worried about third quarter? Because it leads to fourth quarter, and fourth quarter is all about, holidays and festivities and things like that, especially in America with Thanksgiving, but when it comes to,
that's why I was waiting for you to have all these quarters you kept talking. And I didn't know anything about the quarter. Now, remember, when I started my business in 2015, I had a front. Okay, I had a store. So people always used to come and buy. All I knew then was like I had to stock up every time. So I didn't know what 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarter, 4 quarter was
Thank
about.
you, Akeem. Well, yeah, but that's okay too. That's okay, because you got to get to it at, but we're also talking about it in a different fashion. You know what I mean? Not just the money, but because third quarter is really recognizable only in second quarter. That's when we start going.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
You're going into like the second quarter into the third quarter, preparing for the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter got really explained to me by Buffalo when I was on his show.
Yep.
Explained it, and I was like, okay, so I've been doing it all along when I had a storefront, so that was different for me. I didn't know that's what it was called because, like I said, I didn't.
Yeah, it's just a figure of speech, whatever, or business talk. But
now you're talking about third quarter, which I never heard too.
Well, third quarter is really the anxiety. And that's why I was trying to tell you when Richard was on. I was trying to start it at the very end of June or the very beginning of July because technically that's third quarter. We're getting into and all third quarter is do you have your Halloween stuff? Because by the time third quarter starts, you better start listing. That's really where that resell. Third quarter will lead into Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas stuff. Some of the most purchased and most spent budgets, because fourth quarter is when a lot of money can come in, but I'm glad. It sounds like you've been doing it right all along. Anyway, you're a smart businesswoman.
Yeah, because I've just been buying stuff and listing, but like I said, I think when I started doing the auction, I kind of slowed down because I thought, why list it if it's going to sell in the auction? Then I have to go take it down from all the different platforms. So when I bought stuff, I didn't list it. I held back because I'm like, okay, it will sell during the auction, so there's no point in it.
And I think what she's talking about, like the stress of Q4 or fourth quarter, is that the stress is really that because of all the work we did in third quarter, like list, all that stuff's going out the door week by week, leading all the way into almost the very end, because you can only send so much about, before the week before Christmas, because we know about mail, and that's some of the stress she's probably talking about. Or at least that is for me. And, it's so crazy.
I don't send anything out.
Take care.
The third week, a week before Christmas, I let people know. Even the second week before Christmas, I used to do this even with my business. I was like, if you want to get something, get it now. I used to have customers like, they would say, oh, I can't be at the kiosk to pick out that dress, that shoe, just picture and show it to me. And I was like, okay, I'll take a picture and show it to them. And they say, oh yeah, I want that. I'm like, okay, I'll put them aside. But if you want it, I have to send it to you now, because anything after a certain date in December, I can't bother send it to you. If I send it, you will not receive it for Christmas.
Yeah, and you got to follow up with emails on top of that. And that's all a lot of work, but you got to do it. Yeah. She was mentioning earlier, by the way, by Yellow Brick Road, it was good to thank you for sharing and thank you for relating. She said something about, Q1 is when she has a breath of fresh air. For me, it's not a breath of fresh air, because I will say, I'm dealing with the daily stuff of, I can handle December fine if stuff's just wrapping it up. I'll just wrap it, do the very least, and send it out. I'm worried about getting more stuff listed so that when first quarter comes, there's enough product, because a lot of here's my catch. I don't know if you mentioned this or you talked about this, Ella, but when first quarter comes, that's January and February, people are spending that Christmas money, the gift cards and things like that. No matter what celebratory religion that you do, there's always all those different, things. And there's still people that have birthdays and anniversaries.
Learned from that. This is what I learned from that. Those that got the gift cards and everything, they're spending the money in January. I also know as a seller, you have to start buying stuff in January, because a lot of stuff during that time are marked down. So that's the time for you to stock up as well.
Right. So yeah. Ideally, we have this like system where we're always doing it, but I think that's why some of us right now are like pack rats. We're getting all this stuff because we know by the time, we'll go get a deal if we find out about it and we're there first. But I think by November, December, and January stuff, people are not going to be doing garage sales or estate sales as much. I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying there isn't stuff available, Facebook Marketplace or whatever, but I'm also thinking we're not going to have time to do a lot of that, because we're going to be wrapped around going to activities, spending time with family, taking some time off, trying to get this stuff out. Don't you think?
Well, yes, if you have families, yes, you can go ahead. People will do that. They want to be around families and stuff like that. But don't forget, right now, what we're doing right now is like, with technology, I would like to say, we take a lot of pictures. So we, whether we're spending time with family, in our back of our mind, we're still trying to make some money.
Oh
So
yes.
list why everything is there. We can go out with our friends and family. Just look like you went to the gas station, you
Right.
ended something, you took a picture of it, you bought it, you listed it, and by the time you got out of there, it's sold. You
I love
know,
it. I love it.
yeah. So even though we're gonna be spending time with our family this Christmas, in the back of the mind, people are thinking about, oh, there's gonna be a lot of discount out there. They want to go get it. So, oh, my battery's dying. Hold on, let me charge my
There's
battery.
Missy. Missy's here. Hi,
Hi.
Missy. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're just having a
Chit chat.
interesting talk about third quarter, but also mental well-being around that time, and things that are going on with people, and we all have a lot of stuff going on. I'm not gonna stay on too much longer, Ella, because I will. It's gonna get hot out there. It doesn't matter. It's hot no matter what. But I'm doing a pop-up this Sunday, and that means I probably have to get to bed by like 8 o'clock tonight, because otherwise I won't get up at 5, which I like to get up at 5 because I like to get my coffee and make sure things are packed, and may have to stop and get some breakfast and start right at 7 a.m.
So tell us, what do you got coming up for the new week, next week, before we go?
Well, actually, Mindful Merchants, you guys, it'll be on my co-host Cali Reseller Luis' channel. I'll find the thing and put it up. I don't know if he put the link up yet, but we have now I'm trying to remember her name. My mind just went blank. It's Seller, what's her name? Treasures Noir is going to be there on Callie's channel for Mindful Merchants. So guys, check that out. Let me just put the Mindful Merchants up, but check that out. And I'm supposed to, I get to do another auction with Luis Tuesday. So that's going to be good.
Okay, but Luis has an auction tonight with
he's the guest on their channel now. They were on his channel Tuesday as a guest. And that is the Westside Gary, and if you don't know, Tom Cruise. And that's another thing, you guys check out Westside Gary and Tom Cruise's channel tonight, because Cali Reseller Reese is going to be on. You guys there's going to be some crazy good fire stuff there.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. If you can you share the link, or no, you can't because you're using that thing. So if you can, maybe, I don't know. I think Jennifer's gone, but I'll find it here in a minute. And let me go back and look that up. Hey, Swamp Picker, how you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Oh, he's getting ready. So part of third quarter is our buddy here. Let me put that up real quick. Where'd it go? There he is. I think it's Glenn. I always forget the name. So it's Swamp Picker here. He's going to deal with a hurricane. I heard about that. That's dealing with third quarter crap. Because imagine if he gets so stuck behind, or it affects his stock or something, or he's just not ready. That can, I could put a damper for 2 weeks into his processing,
listing,
and shipping too. Shipping, yeah, and listing, yeah, because if the hurricanes wipe out his internet, if shipping is for a couple of days where the postal guys they'll get through, but it'll be a little harder.
The inventory that he has, if they're not well protected, they could get wet.
Thank you, Mark. Mark put this up. Mark is Zygon Tiger, you guys. Check it out, you guys. In the link is auction tonight. Cali Reseller Reese is with none other than Westside Gary, Tom Cruise, and I think it's on Westside Gary's channel. And they're gonna have a lot of fire tonight. It's gonna be crazy. There's Jessie Shops. Hi, Jessie. Jessie's awesome. She's just an avid, all-around great supporter of the reseller community. You guys check her channel out. Check her out. She's always got positive stuff. I love her. I love her reselling nature. So she's just awesome.
Goes into the thrift store and she looks up these wonderful stuff, and
she finds it though. Isn't she great?
Yeah, she is. I love watching her channel.
I want to steal her one day and put her on Mindful Merchants. We're just, oh, you're the best too. So I mean, that's really what this community is about. We're just here to kind of just. We don't have to talk reseller percentages and money all the time. We know that. That comes natural. If you don't know that by now, you better start clicking it together, Yeah, his is coming up, Mike. That's Salazar. If you guys don't know Mike, he's also known as Akeem. He is a great singer. He does karaoke. If you want to lift your spirits and you're feeling like crap, go see Akeem. He'll make you happy. He's such a blast. At first I was like, what is Derek recommending? Derek was like, you got to see this guy. And I was like, Derek, shut up. And I was like, and then I go watch him. I'm like, oh, damn it, Derek. You got me watching another channel. It's like, but Akeem is he's so uplifting. He's fun. I love him.
I was like, is this the same guy? I had to come out of his channel and take a look at it, and I was like, oh, okay.
And what he doesn't know is like I have Filipino married into our family, so it's like I love Filipino food, but I love the Filipino culture 100%. I grew up on the West Coast, so
I eat a lot of those.
I love the Filipino community, and they're great, and there's a big Filipino community I follow that are t-shirt guys on Instagram, and boy, those guys find the fire. They know the $500 shirts. Let me tell you.
So would you recommend a good vintage store down here in Florida?
I could. I'd have to do the research because I have so many guys, but when I say vintage, you got to remember it's going to be kind of categorically a demographic that's usually a lot younger, and they're kind of the hip crowd, but I wouldn't worry about that. Go in to learn, just go in to snoop around and say, whoa, but also get familiar and just to see, oh, that's what they like. I pass that stuff up all the time, but as far as vintage, I would just go on your phone and go vintage clothing stores nearby, and I do that all the time, and I find new ones sometimes new ones that pop up and ones that I didn't hear about. But then there's vintage clothing. Then there is, I call it streetwear, pop culture kind of stuff, like with, sports caps and the kind of shirts that I like, the expensive ones that have all over prints and they're old, not because they're vintage. There's some new stuff that's kind of wrap tees, but they're reproduced. They call those bootlegs because they're not official. But they sell for a lot of money. So, they may not be officially licensed, but I tell you what, they're illegally selling it, and it's like they're selling it for big money. Stuff that you
know, because some of the t-shirts do say licensed by.
Yeah. It's very difficult. Let me just say this much. It takes probably about 2 years and more of just watching these guys and listening. Now, I'll send you a couple links for Instagram, but I don't want to send you down a rabbit hole and you go, oh, I watched this guy for 2 hours last night. Yeah, but don't get sucked into they're better salesmen than some of the auctioneer guys. They're like, oh my God, this is $500. You can't find this, and then you're going to end up finding yourself bidding on it. And you're like, oh crap, and it's like, really? And it, you probably could have got it for a lot cheaper, somewhere else, but these kids are just so good. And I'm not saying anything bad about it, but some of the stuff they sell is worth a lot. And it's a market. It's a market strategy. It's a constant ebb and flow. Like Ask Zygon Tiger, when he goes with Luis to like the Rose Bowl, yeah, there's guys there that their strategy is to sell higher end stuff, and they don't care if you don't like $200 shirts. They'll say goodbye.
But how could you go to places like that and able to buy?
It's hard because like I said, if you're not watching them, then you don't know where the pop-ups are. They call them pop-ups for that reason, is that they may never done a pop-up. They go, guess what? In 2 weeks, we're doing a pop-up over here at this grocery store on the side where the hairdresser is. And then they take the parking lot and they put up pop-up tents, and all you see these young kids or whatever, or people like me that are just like, you want vintage? I'm going to show you the good stuff. Boom. And I throw in other stuff that I know that I can market. Bandanas, hats. Sometimes I sneak in some shoes and stuff that are kind of, because then the kids that are there to buy the crazy shirts that are like, expensive and loud and, and they're like peacocking, you know what I mean? They're like, look what I got. But I sell stuff that like all of a sudden there's a young girl and she's like, wow, where did you find this? And it's like, this is rare. And she's the one that's like more like an artist and wants to dress different. And I'm like, I don't like to pigeonhole myself, and put myself into a certain category. I am very eclectic, and I also have an arts background. So I study. What I've learned, Ella, is to just study. Start watching videos, keep a notebook just on that, if that's what you want to do. But don't do what you love best first. and
No,
then
I
learn more.
want to do. I just like when I went out couple of weeks ago when Giovanni was here, we went to the bin store and then we ended up going to the stores and thrift. And then I saw some t-shirts, that I picked up. And I looked through them trying to like, okay, they're nice. So it's like,
Oh yeah, you sent me a couple, or I responded to your photos.
yes. And I thought, okay, maybe I should pick some of these and see if it's worth anything. I did sell it at the auction, which wasn't bad.
But you see how challenging it is. It can be up or down.
It could be, and I thought this is not what I want to do because I don't want to spend the money buying it and then lose money selling it.
That's why I don't know if you noticed I asked you details. Okay, how much did you spend on that? What does the tag look like? This and that. Because I will spend $5 for a shirt if I know it's a good one. But you got to remember, I don't just sell on auctions, which I have to keep my return on investment, really good. So my cost of goods needs to be very low. Like that's why everybody goes, oh, you just shop at the bins. No, I'll go to a yard sale. If I can find a shirt for 50 cents and $1, that helps me because then I can give another reseller a better opportunity. But also sometimes I find a good shirt that I know is really good and better quality and I only pay $1 for it. But I know it's a $20 or $30 shirt. I'll throw that in an auction because it's my gift. It's like, here, I got to throw in one good item in there, at least just to make your money back on if you're going to pay. And plus, you see my auctions. They can go high, but I give good deals. I try to give you more for what you pay. So like the more the bid goes up, I'll throw in stuff. It's like throwing coal in the fire. And like, you guys need a little more? Here. But also there's times where I sneak stuff in and I'm quiet about it. Like, here's a nice Harley. It's brand new and it's still got the new tag. People go, oh, what? Because Harleys you can sell on average $15 to $25 more if it's like a really good banger. And, it just depends. Are you willing to sit on it and be patient? Are you willing to do your research? Because I know that's why I always try to throw in Repop stuff because I don't know what your platform is. But like if you were to go on Depop or eBay, even if you sell for $15, you're going to probably get like an $8 return on investment. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not bad, but I would like a $20 one. So what I do is I look for rare concerts, things like that. But you'll see the competition in there. When you got to know things like, when was this production of this thing? If it's vintage, it's less likely there's more out there. If you got a concert from 2010 or 2015, likelihood is you're going to see, they sold 1,000 or 5,000 shirts over the course of all the concerts, but only 20 of them show up on eBay. That's 20 you're competing with.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of math. It's a lot of algorithms. It's so hard to think about all these things. And so thank you, Zygon Tiger, Mark, for mentioning that on Tuesday. That's my link with Luis. I'll be on with him this week. I'm honored to always get to spend time with my buddy. And, it's hard. So and I always tell people, I know I'm doing this fast, but when you're on there, get your eBay window open, look up Mickey Mouse t-shirt. Those sell easy. That's bread and butter. Those are $15, $20 shirts. People love Walt Disney. They love the vintage Walt Disney. And then you got collectors, and then you got people that just want a really cool shirt. And then so I try to offer a variety of sizes. There's different ways. Sometimes I'll just do only sizes, and so you're going to get what you're going to get visually. Sometimes I do it categorically, and I'll say, here's a stack of University of Texas, which is only here. I can get them better than most people. But if you're all over the country, then as a reseller, it's harder for you to acquire them. So I'll sell you a stack of 10 and the starting bid is $20. That's pretty good, cost of goods. You can't get a stack and you can't where somebody's done your work. And yeah, I'm giving you a stack because granted, maybe only 6 of those really sell and sell good. Then you'll double your money. The other 4, you sit on them or you bulk them up, and that's where you make your money. You put out lots on a eBay or something like 4 shirts, all medium. Boom. They're like, oh, I don't like those 2, but I like these 2. That's still a good deal. Whatever. You give reason to, hey, Harry Humstone, good to see you, my brother. This guy's awesome. He was on, I think it was Dina's the other day, and gave a really great talk. He always gives good talks no matter what, He's a cool cat. I love him. He's one of the. I know he's probably like, don't call me an OG because nobody wants to be referred to their age. But hey, that's a compliment. That means you're wise and beyond your year. We're just talking all kinds of smack talk and life and death stuff too, Harry. We're just talking about reality.
That resellers.
Yeah. And I always enjoy talking to this fun young lady, Ella. She keeps it real. She is who she is, and you ask good questions though. You ask, and you're always willing to admit I'm still learning, and I am too. I'll tell you what, this game of t-shirts, don't think I haven't figured out. I consider myself a small fish. When I watch these other guys, I'm not just watching YouTube, I'm watching Instagram. And last night there was 20. So on the top, it'll say on the top of my Instagram, when you go to the general page, and it shows these little circles of like names. Here's Ella. She's got a story. I'll click on it. But if they're live, it'll blink in and out. And because I subscribe to probably about 500 of my subscribers are t-shirt people.
I can watch and see what's happening in there. I like to learn. I don't know if I want to be in that type of business.
No, but you can focus on just a few things, and then when you do find them, you'll be like, I know that because
because I remember when I bought those t-shirts from you, and I was like, okay, I know what to look for if I do find them out there. So when I went out there, when I was like, okay, I'm here, I don't see what I like at this Goodwill. Let me go through the shirts and see if I can find anything. And I remember finding that Batman, you remember?
Yeah.
And I took a picture, sent it, and I was waiting forever. I wanted to get out of the store. I don't like being in them.
No, what I would do is, see, that's another thing. That's like a text. You write somebody, you want your friend or your family. Why aren't they responding? Well, yeah, they're sleeping. They got live. They're taking a shower or going to the bathroom. You can't demand, Lone Star Louie is busy. You gotta pay for my time. No, next time, seriously. Next time, like, hey, Louie, tomorrow I'm going to the thrift shop. If I put like, I'm going to go between this time and this time. Yeah, I'll be at home. Push, what do you call it? The FaceTime. That's the best way. Give me a FaceTime and you go, is that shirt good? I'll go, no. Oh, let me see that one. Does it look like this? Yes, get that. I'll help you. I'll give you a freebie. Well, the next time it's going to cost you $500.
That was my first time. So I was like, let me see if I can find some. And I found that Batman, and I was looking at it and was like,
yeah,
should I get it?
Well, let me just say this much. Whenever something's $1 or $2, it's worth taking a risk because you'll get your money back. You can sell that for $5 easy. You can't sell it for maybe 10 or 20 if it's not good. But real quick, I wanted to show you. I know you can't see because you're using your phone, but Big Girls Really Do Cry. Lainey that you mentioned is here. Lainey, we were talking about you, and in a good way. And Ella was talking about, she remembers being on your live once, and so because Richie was here, Night's Life, and so yeah, good to see you, darling. You're welcome to pop on if you want, and but I'm not gonna stay long, but just in case, I'll put this on if Harry or somebody wants to stop in and say hi, because we had Night's Live here earlier. And you know what? If I don't go out, I'll get my stuff done. I haven't done this in a while, and I feel not obligated, but I do feel kind of a mandatory check-in with the YouTube community because I've taken the summer off for 2 months here. And that's why I didn't list for 2 months, because I had some mental, well-being stuff that was like stressing me out. One is I got a move coming up. I have family. I got a daughter. People don't really hear me talk about, but you get it.
Yeah, that's stressful enough. The move is stressful.
Yeah. No, don't. Oh, that's right, Harry. Good luck with the daughter. I wish her all the best, and tell her not to become a communist. And that's what he said on his. There she is, our lovely, lovely lady.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Yeah.
We have nothing but British coming on today. What is this? Do I need to talk with my British accent from Queensland?
People on today.
Lainey's like, shut up.
It's like only the Queen talks like that. Well, posh people, and I'm not.
Or Louis. Louis loves to talk like this all the time.
Louis does.
Hello, darlings.
That's
darling.
parts in England where people talk differently, you know, and you can be influenced by other people's culture and the way they speak. Like the part I
Definitely.
grew up in London, I grew up in Croydon. Well, I wouldn't say Croydon like I really grew up, but I stayed most of my time in Croydon. But I
Yeah.
grew like the Peckham area because I was born in Dulwich Hospital. So my parents were there for a bit. And then I moved to East London. And I stayed in East London for a long time. And when I started working for the Home Office, I wanted to move closer, but I couldn't move closer. And I ended up moving to Croydon because that's where I could afford to buy a place. So I moved to Croydon area. So I was there in Croydon for a long time. So when I came down here, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you sound from somewhere in an island." I said, "Yes, I'm from England." I was like, "Oh, okay. I thought you're Jamaican from the Caribbean." I said, "Yeah, but British." I said, "We are an island as well. We're out of the water. We are."
Yeah.
Yes, we are
It's
surrounded by
like
water.
people from Puerto Rico, that live in New York. No, I'm American, but it's like descent. What? Yeah. I'm sorry, Lainey. You were gonna say.
No, it's all right. I was just saying, yeah, we are an island. I was replying to Ella, so you're fine.
What's on your agenda today, Lainey? Oh.
This.
Oh, and a port. Oh, now I got to get my flying ticket and come out and see. I love port.
Me too.
But it's so dangerous. It's like plum wine, Japanese or Korean plum wine. Oh.
So it's Sharon's birthday, Sharon Feather. Welsh Sharon. She didn't just call her Welsh Sharon. It's like she's more than just Welsh Sharon.
I was gonna say Welsh Sharon.
Yeah, I'm always calling her. Because she have very strange sayings in Wales. One of them being, they'll say, "Not now, in a minute," and I'm like, but they mean like now, and it's like really strange.
Oh, I see what you.
Like,
Yeah,
well,
it is.
is it not now, or is it in a minute? And it's like, yeah, it's a bit confusing.
You want to be specific, It's like
yes.
when.
So yeah, we joke about that. But yes, I'll be live in 2 hours' time.
Okay.
Getting slightly drunk on the internet, as you do on a Saturday night.
I'll try to put you on, but I'm gonna probably be out in the heat. I don't know why I'm waiting till when it's the hottest to go pack my car, but once I get my car packed, I'm able to bring it to where I'm having this car boot kind of thing. And it's technically not a car boot because there's no cars there, but I get to dump my stuff, which is a great advantage because they don't let. I shouldn't be saying this live, but hopefully nobody's watching about that. I get to unpack my tent and things the day before, which to me I get so stressed out. It's like I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. just to get my car there at 6 to wait for an hour to be the first in line. So it's like, and they know, they go, "Oh yeah, you're the slow guy, aren't you? Yeah, come in the day before, get your ass going." Hey, Chris Tyler, how you doing?
When did you leave the UK, Ella?
Sorry?
When did you leave the UK?
2006.
2006. Got to do maths. Wait a minute.
So she's a Floridian. She's a Floridian. She's no longer a Jamaican or a Briton. She's a Floridian.
I was never a Jamaican. I'm not a Jamaican. People always get that.
But you do have heritage there, right?
No, I don't.
You don't. Okay. I thought your mom or dad was from Jamaica.
My mom and dad are from Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any.
But you said okay, because when you were talking about you speak Pidgin or something.
No, I said I grew up around Jamaicans.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, then you probably picked up on little colloquialisms.
You can't really escape. You can't really, it's a melting pot. Everybody's there, so you can't really escape.
Hey, Cheryl.
Jamaicans around. My good friends are Jamaicans. So 1 minute they speak the Queen's English, and the next minute they're cracking up in Jamaican.
Funny you say that, Ella. It's funny you say that. There's a wonderful lady. Hope she's not watching now, but She was cute. She really short hair, and I knew there's little things she did that was, but she was hiding her Jamaican, slang and things, and her pidgin, she was. But I knew because I lived in New York for almost, I don't know, 15, 20 years, whatever, maybe 10, 15 years. So, but after a while, and she's like, "What are you looking at me funny?" I was like, "You speak," and she's like, "Yeah, how do you know?" And I'm like, "I know." And so, she bought something for me at a pop-up, and so I was just flirting with her just to, make a sale. And she's like, "How much is this?" And it was like the most elegant thing there that was very, very chic, and it was very like Gucci-esque. And I went and I said, "Well," and she's like, "Don't tell me I look good in it just to get, me to pay more, And I was like, yeah. After that, we were just joking, and she was very friendly. And then I said, "So you do have an act?" Oh, and she let it out, and I was just like, "Oh shit, yeah, this is like New York, And but I didn't. So she goes, "What do you have an Instagram?" And I said, "Yeah, that's my business card." So then she goes, "Oh, you're a content creator," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." And she's like, "I do it mostly on Instagram," and so I follow her sometimes, and she does these stories. And if you guys want to know who she is funny. She'll go on and say something about something, and she's like, "But you don't know, man." She's like, "Let me tell you, when I get in my accent, and she'll go and she just starts speaking, pidgin. It's like boom, and she like goes on about food, cooking, and things. And just I love to see the, the cultural little, things that are like significant and whatnot.
Yeah, slips through.
Oh, she tells it like it is. She's a little smart ass too. That's funny. Unlike our guest here below, who never is a smart alecky. Look at that. Haha.
Innocent cis face.
Not me.
Me?
Darlings. Ian's not here, so I can go, darling.
But darling,
he's been very kind of quiet in the background. Has he been okay, Mr.
Yeah,
Ian?
he's just been taking a back step off the whole internet scene, really, because I think it gets to the point sometimes where it inundates you and you don't get anything done, and you kind of.
He's a reseller, because I hear his cha-ching. Yeah. So I would love to. Yeah, I'd like to talk to him more on a reseller thing. But I know, it's like you said, you saw me. I took 2-3 months off during the summer. I was like, I'm stepping back.
Yeah.
I
think you just sometimes you need to do that. You know what I mean? Unlike me, who just does more for some reason.
For those that don't know Lainey down below, that's Big Girls Really
thank
Do.
you, Jennifer.
Please like and subscribe on her channel. She is a lovely friend of mine.
By
and
the
if
way,
you
I
guys
don't
want some
resell,
good,
just so you know.
witty banter, a little naughty at times for Texans. The rest of America, we can take it. Texans, we're very prudish. We don't like when. No, I'm just teasing.
On Tuesday, I told a really dirty joke, and it was a really dirty joke.
That's not when I was on, was it? No, because you went on again.
No. It was on Tuesday night, because I've been doing YouTube for 2 years, which I didn't realize, and everyone was telling jokes, but a lot of them were like puns and stuff, and the only jokes I know seem to be dirty jokes. So I told this joke, and I lost 7 people left.
That bad? Was it? Can I not? Don't necessarily say the joke, but was it a sexual innuendo? Yeah. Some people get uncomfortable about that stuff.
But it was funny. And those of us who found it funny were like really laughing their heads off. No, I'm not. Chris was there. He heard it.
Go on, Lainey. Spit the joke out. But real quick, if you guys don't know really? Cheryl Banjan Gem, check her out. She's here. Thank you for being here with us. Shout out to everybody. And Jessie Shops. We love her. Go check her out too. Her Instagram page is very active. Chris wants you to spit the joke out. Should we or should we not? Take a vote. Everybody that wants us to in the chat, even if you're not showing who you are, go on there and vote real quick. So,
and Jennifer
she's like, never mind. Jennifer wants to hear it. Now we have to oblige. Jennifer says, otherwise she's never going to post her link again.
Well, I'm really sorry if some of you people leave.
You know what?
Okay, we're going to tell a dirty joke. Plug your ears or log off for me.
If you don't want to hear it, please mute for a little bit.
They probably wouldn't even understand it. Don't forget.
I think you would.
Sneak it in there.
I think.
She's
All
like,
right, so-
absolutely. I'm not leaving.
So,
Humor.
what, are you ready?
Okay.
What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
What did she say?
I think I know this joke.
She said, I'm sorry.
I would like exude it all. Like I would be like, do you know Walt Disney? Yeah, you know Cinderella. You know she went to this. What did she do when she got to the shiny, glossy ball?
Yeah. Yeah.
On that note, goodbye, everybody.
Apologies to the side chat.
Oh, look what Jennifer wrote.
Yeah, Jennifer thought it was funny. That's fine. That's all that matters. Just Jennifer thought it was funny, isn't it?
That's all that matters.
Yeah, but it was a bit crude, and everyone was hearing puns and like stuff. So it was kind of at the end of that, it was a bit shocking, I suppose.
Either you understand the absurd and wacky mind of Lainey, or you're missing out on all the good fun. And,
Yeah.
it's one thing when you tell a joke and it's just its intentions are really just to be snide and malicious, and it's a mean joke. You know what I mean? But it's one thing when you're kind of being witty and it's a little naughty.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's nothing serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
technically, it's between adults.
Yeah. I mean, my channel doesn't allow children on. I have like the thing set so children can't
the
do it
boundaries on YouTube. Yeah.
unless obviously they're lying about their age or whatever. But yeah, my channel has that.
Bye. There's a swamp here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, it's wow. We've held on to a constant. Wow, 10 people. This is a random thing I just did today, lady. I just, remember what I told you? I said I've just been kind of backing out of the hole, but I do need some lives more. And I notice when I do lives, when I don't, I notice my numbers start dwindling down in terms of it.
You mean
Yeah, people like the lives.
So I'm going to do
Just
the
that
lives.
you interact, you know what I mean? And I think that's the thing. And
Well,
I
I
mean,
made a wonderful connection with Richie today. I don't know if you were tuning in at the time.
I wasn't. No, I just came and I put the smiley face.
You can rewind it real quick and see it a little bit, but yeah, he's been through a hard time. I'm sure you heard.
Yeah.
And we also we want to remind everybody it's probably like not even an hour, half an hour. He's going to have his thing, and I need to
10 minutes or so, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go on there real quick and maybe donate a shirt or something, and then just send it.
And I'm on there, and then I'm live an hour and a half after him.
Yay!
Parents' birthday. Unfortunately, it'll be minus a few people.
Okay.
Because Ian's away, Nick and Andrea are away, and sadly, Susan lost her cat yesterday.
Oh,
Fiona.
tell her I said I'm sorry.
I will. She was a great age. She was over 18-year-old, you know what I mean, which is a great age for a cat, but really sad for her. So
yeah. Uh-oh, what's this? It looks like YouTube is eating onions again. What? It says if I'm not cracking jokes every 5 minutes, call for a redheaded nurse to take my pulse. Oh my goodness.
I like how it's specific. It wants a red-headed nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be a Nurse Hatchet or something like that, from that. Do you know who Nurse Hatchet is? Remember from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah.
I don't remember, what the reference is. But Knight's Life's Auction, that's Rich, and he's a good bloke. You guys, he's a great guy, and he just lost his brother. And if you can just help him, help his family, which is his brother's children and his wife, just to kind of, get a little memorial fund. I think it would be a great thing to do. But ladies, I thank you so much for being here, and stay on. Don't jump off right away. I'm just going to shut this down, at least to the public here. And I'm probably going to, It's going on 1:30 my time, so it's 30 minutes after somewhere where you are located. So it's probably 2:30 there for Ella, and you're probably like 7:30, or is it 8:30?
7:20.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you, yeah, we're gonna wind it down. Everybody that was watching and didn't say hi, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I wish you a wonderful day. I wish you a productive day. I hope your third quarter has gotten their shit together because it's almost fourth quarter. But do take care of yourself, maintain your focus, and elevate. Thank you all. Stay here, ladies, and everybody have a